All right, let's get right into it. We're going to break down exactly how to take your videos from feeling totally invisible to being the ones that everybody is watching and sharing. And look, this isn't about getting lucky. It's all about strategy.
You know the feeling, right? It's one of the most frustrating things for any creator. You pour hours into a video, you hit post, and then nothing. It just gets stuck in that dreaded 200-view purgatory. But here's the good news. There's a really clear reason why this happens. And trust me, it's absolutely fixable.
So here's the absolute heart of the matter. Getting more views today isn't about trying to outsmart some secret algorithm. It's really just about one thing: winning the battle for audience attention. I mean it. If you can just hold someone's attention, the platform itself will do all the heavy lifting of showing your video to more and more people.
So in this explainer, we're going to walk through a 5-part system. First, we'll dive into the attention game itself. Then, how to win those critical first 3 seconds. Third, we'll cover how to actually keep people watching. Fourth, how to package your video so people just have to click. And finally, we'll build a smart system so you can get these results over and over again.
Okay, so let's start with how platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts actually, well, how they think. They all share the exact same goal: keep people on their app for as long as humanly possible. And guess what? They use your content to do it.
And you know what? The formula they use is actually pretty simple. The algorithm is constantly scanning for 2 main things. First, great watch time, meaning people are sticking around to the end of your video. And second, what we call valuable signals, things like shares and saves. When it sees both of those together, that's a massive green light to push your video out to a way wider audience.
Okay, so knowing that, let's zoom in on the single most important part of your entire video, the very beginning. You have this tiny window to convince someone not to just keep scrolling. If you lose them right here, nothing else you do in the video even matters.
I love this analogy because it's perfect. A viewer is scrolling their feed and they're just glancing at all these video labels. If your label, your hook, is confusing or vague, they just put it right back on the shelf and move on. Your hook has to be a crystal clear, can't miss it label.
So how do you actually do that? Well, a really powerful opening instantly tells the viewer 3 things. 1, what the video is even about. 2, why they should care, like what's the payoff for them. And 3, it shows some kind of immediate movement or proof to catch their eye. You've got to deliver on all 3, and you've got to do it fast.
And the best part is, you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. These are repeatable formulas that just work. A question hook hits a pain point. A bold promise gives instant value. A mistake to avoid hook creates this sense of urgency. You can literally grab any of these and plug your topic into them right now.
Okay, so you did it. You hooked them. They're past that 3-second mark. Awesome. Now, your job is to hold that attention and earn those super valuable signals we talked about. Those saves and shares that tell the platform, hey, this video is a keeper.
Now here's something that most creators just completely forget. A massive chunk of your audience is watching your videos on mute. Seriously, they're at work, they're on the bus, wherever. If your video makes absolutely no sense without the sound on, you're losing a huge piece of your potential watch time.
Honestly, making your videos silent-friendly is totally non-negotiable. Yeah, use clear captions, that's a given, but also use big, bold, on-screen text to really hammer home the main ideas. Show the final result visually right up front. And keep your framing super tight on whatever the action is so there's no question what people should be looking at.
This chart here really shows you the pecking order of engagement. Look, likes are nice, but they're a pretty weak signal to the algorithm. A save, on the other hand, tells the platform, wow, this is so valuable, I need to come back to it. And a share, that's even more powerful. That's basically saying, this is so good, my friends have got to see it. You should be aiming for saves and shares, not just likes.
And of course, video length is so key to holding attention. And it's not that shorter is always better, but a video that people actually finish is always better. As you can see, the sweet spot for most platforms starts out relatively short. Your goal should be to get a really high completion rate on shorter videos first. Then you can earn the right to go a little bit longer.
So, if you want to get those high-value signals, you kind of have to ask for them directly. Instead of just saying a generic like and follow, tell your viewers exactly what to do. Something like, save this for your next project, or send this to a friend who needs to hear it. Get specific. Now for a really crucial step that happens before anyone even watches your video. The packaging. A truly brilliant video with a bad title or a bad thumbnail is like an amazing product that comes in a boring, plain box. No one's ever going to bother to open it.
This is such a classic mistake.
We try to be all clever and mysterious with our titles, but all it does is create confusion. So the bad example, My Secret Growth Hack, that could be about anything. But the good one, How to Double Your Watch Time, tells the viewer exactly what they're going to get. Clarity always wins.
You have to remember your thumbnail is going to be seen at like the size of a postage stamp on a phone. So it has to be simple and bold. Focus on one single subject, crank up the contrast so it really pops, and most importantly, show the desirable outcome. A thumbnail of shiny hair is so much better than one of a hair routine. You got to sell the result.
Okay, let's pull all of this together. Look, making one video go viral is cool, but the real goal is sustainable, long-term growth. And that comes from having a smart, repeatable system, not from just creating random acts of content and hoping for the best.
This is how you avoid burnout and actually stay consistent. Instead of trying to come up with an idea, shoot it, and edit it every single day, you batch the work. You have one session for ideas, one for filming, one for editing. This kind of workflow is the real secret to posting 3 to 5 high-quality videos every single week without completely losing your mind.
And as you're posting, you have to become a bit of a detective. Don't just stare at the view count. That's just a vanity metric, really. You need to look at the numbers that explain the views. Where in the video did people drop off? Did it get a lot of shares? How about saves? That data tells you exactly what to fix for next time or what you do more of.
And this brings us to a total pro-level technique, intro testing. Since we know the hook is so ridiculously important, why guess what works? You can film the exact same video, but just try 2 or 3 different openings. Post them a few days apart and let the data tell you which hook performed the best. This is, hands down, the fastest way to learn what your audience actually responds to.
So, let's just do a super quick recap of the entire game plan. You've got to hook them immediately. Design every single video so it works on mute. Focus all your energy on earning watch time and those high-value saves and shares. Package it all up with clear titles and thumbnails, and then build a consistent system so you can learn from your data week after week.
And that's the system. It's clear, it's actionable, and it's all based on the single most important currency in social media, attention. So the only real question left is, when you think back to all those hook formulas we just covered, which one are you going to test first?